Yeah. Hello friends, again let me welcome you back to a special lecture on quantitative and qualitative data and its understanding. Friends, before defining quantitative and qualitative data, what is very important is to understand the scales on which these quantitative and qualitative data are measured. And therefore, of course, if you look at the title itself, quantitative data is simply the one which is measurable on some scale, and qualitative is simply the identifiable but not necessarily measurable in that sense. And therefore, let us look at the scales on which these quantitative and qualitative data are supposed to be measured. Friends, if you really look at scales of measurement, there are 4 different levels, and they are called levels of measurement. And based on the nature of level of measurement, it will be very easy for us to define which data will be of quantitative type and which will be of qualitative type. So, let me give you the list of scales of measurement. There are different levels, and those levels are, friends, the first level is nominal scale. In fact, this is first level. This is first level of measurement. And second level of measurement is ordinal scale. This is second level of measurement. Friends, the third level of measurement will be interval scale measurement, and this is, in fact, it is a third level of measurement, and very important. And the fourth one is ratio scale measurement, and this is fourth level of measurement. So, once we understand what are these levels, then rest of the job of understanding what is qualitative data and where it can be used, and which one will be qualitative data and where such data can be used in the process of data analysis will become easy. And therefore, friends, now let us look at nominal scale. Nominal scale is simply the first level of measurement. Nominal scale is a scale where things are only identified. For example, nominal scales are based on labels, and these labels are only for identification. For example, if number 1, 2, 3 are written on the boxes, number 1 written on the box is for identification, nothing to do with nothing to do with the mathematical concept. So, therefore, roll number 1, 2, 3 is also a nominal. So, therefore, numbers or letters written on the boxes or used for identifying certain items are termed as nominal scale, things measured on nominal scale. So, therefore, the characteristics for nominal scales are like this, friends. It is qualitative in nature because it is simply identified, and the numbers or letters used there are only for identifying items. Suppose roll number 1 is given to a student, 1 is used for identifying a student, not for measuring anything else, and therefore, it is of qualitative in nature, and it is only for identification purposes and of course, for counting later. And simple examples for nominal things measured on nominal scale are, say, like good, bad, male, female, dull, intelligent, rich, poor, ripe, unripe. So, all kind of things. Say for example, for nominal, let me give example for nominal. Example for nominal scale, examples will be, say examples will be like male, comma, female. They can only be identified. One example, another example could be good, bad, only for identification. Third example could be say ripe, unripe, ripe, unripe. We can construct any number of example. Fourth example can be up, down. So, therefore, roll numbers also, say roll numbers of students, roll numbers, etc. Because if you look at these examples, they can only be identified, they cannot be used for any mathematical operations. So, therefore, if you look at items measured on nominal scale, friends, you can see that there is means the possible operations of mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, such kind of mathematical operations cannot be performed on the data related to these qualitative data, and therefore, because they are measured on nominal scale, as the name itself suggests, the roll number 1, if it is given to a student, it is a name, it is meant for identification, not for counting or something else. So, therefore, after having looked at nominal scale, now friends, let us look at second scale of measurement. Second scale of measurement, as I told you, is ordinal. Second scale of measurement is ordinal, ordinal scale. Friends, this ordinal scale is again a qualitative in nature. Why? Because it is in fact a bit improved version of measuring the data, improved in the sense that better than nominal scale, in the sense that here in case of ordinal scale, again things are identified and things are also graded, in the sense that if you look at one example, this example for ordinal could be it is like something like that: agree, say agree, strongly agree, strongly agree, disagree, disagree, strongly disagree, strongly disagree. Friends, if you look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, they are in the form of orders, and that is why, and they are qualitative in nature. Agree, strong agree is in the sense of a quality. So, therefore, since these things represent quality and these things can only be identified, we can't measure exactly by using any system how much is agree, how much is strong agree. Such kind of things cannot be done here, and therefore, again ordinal scale is a second level of scale, bit better than nominal scale, in the sense that you can accommodate orders in the levels, orders in the same level, like agree, strongly disagree, disagree, strongly disagree. And another example could be very often, often, not at all. And if you look at all these examples, one can easily notice that there is some order in the levels, and that is why this is called ordinal scale. And this ordinal scale is again you can attribute it to qualitative data. So, therefore, qualitative data are usually measured on nominal scale or ordinal scale, because they can only be identified, they cannot be measured using any metric systems which are available in the world of mathematics, and therefore, the problem with ordinal scale or nominal scale is that none of the mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions can be performed on the data related to qualitative data. So, therefore, qualitative data is simply the data which is identifiable, which any mathematical operations cannot be performed on the data related to qualitative data. So, therefore, after having looked at nominal scale and ordinal scale, friends, now let us look at third level of scale of measurement. And the third level of scale of measurement would be interval scale. The third level is interval scale. Interval scale, and this, in fact, this is interval scale interval scale. The data measured on interval scale will be quantitative. This can be assigned to quantitative. Why? Because in case of interval scale, all mathematical operations can be performed. You can add two values, you can subtract two values, you can multiply two values. Basic mathematical operations can be performed on interval scales. For example, 10 degree centigrade plus 12 degree centigrade, both together can be 22 degree centigrade. This kind of operation cannot be done in case of data measured on ordinal scale or nominal scale. So, therefore, this is a bit improved version in a sense that it is third level of measurement of scale. So, therefore, it is quantitative in nature and difference or addition of the two values can be obtained. So, therefore, exact measurement is available here, and that is why it is quantitative in nature. So, therefore, and another very important point one can look at the data based on centigrades is that here I told you that any data measured on interval scale can be quantitative, but here very important point to be noticed here is that difference and addition can be exact, but apart from that, if your data is on temperature, friends, 10 degree centigrade is equal to 50 Fahrenheit, but 20 degree centigrade is not equal to 100 degree Fahrenheit. In fact, 20 degree centigrade is equal to 68 Fahrenheit, and therefore, there is an important property attached to the interval scale, and that is why the temperature related data can only be measured using interval scale. So, therefore, friends, after having looked at things like what is that nominal scale means only identifiable, ordinal scale again identifiable, but different levels, grades can be accommodated there, and interval scale is again a kind of measurement where all the basic mathematical operations can be used and operations can be done. But the point to be noted in case of interval scales is that it can only be used for temperatures. Why? Because in case of interval, and a very important point attached to this interval scale is, in case of interval scale, let me repeat, in case of interval scale, very important point to be noted here is that there is no true zero, there is no true zero, there is no true zero in the interval scale. I mean, if the temperature is 0, we cannot say that there is no temperature. So, therefore, in case of interval scale there is no true zero, and even in case of ordinal and nominal scales that we have discussed earlier, there also true zero is not available. So, therefore, these are the things, properties, characteristics attached to the different levels of scales of measurement, and therefore, understanding of what is ordinal scale, what is nominal scale and what is interval scale is very important before working on qualitative data for any analysis and before working on qualitative data and related analysis. And therefore, friends, after having looked at nominal scale, ordinal scale and interval scale, now let us look at very important scale of measurement, and that is scale of that is the fourth level of scale, and that is ratio scale. Ratio scale, it important point is it is quantitative. It is quantitative and it is of the form P by Q. It is of the form P by Q. And all the quantitative data are measured either on interval scale or ordinal scale, whereas all the qualitative data are measured only on nominal scale or ordinal scale. So, therefore, friends, ratio scale is quantitative and important property of this ratio scale is it is quantitative, it is of P by Q form, and all mathematical operations can be done. All mathematical operations can be performed. All mathematical operations can be performed. And the fourth important property is exact difference or total can be obtained. These are very important points to be noted, and these are measured on, and fifth property is measured in any of the metric system. So, therefore, the qualitative data are usually and perfectly measured or measurable, and therefore, quantitative data are measurable data, qualitative data are identifiable data. The big difference between qualitative and quantitative is that quantitative data are measurable on any of the metric system that is available. And another important point that is associated with this is that true zero is available. Whereas it was not available in case of interval scale of measurement, whereas in case of ratio scale of measurement true zero is available. So, therefore, all the data measured on ratio scale seems to be very important, and many of the available quantitative technique tools can be applied to the data which is qualitative in nature and measured on ratio scale. So, therefore, many of the statistical tools which are available, quantitative techniques which are available can be applied, can be performed on the data measured on ratio scale, because data measured on ratio scale or measurable data measured in terms of some metric units or some metric systems, and that is why an understanding of scales of measurement, as I told you, let me repeat, understanding of scales of measurement, there are 4 scales, let me repeat: nominal scale simply identifiable, ordinal scale identifiable, but in some different orders, a better scale than nominal, then interval scale again quantifiable. Not only that, mathematical operations can be performed on the data measured on interval scale, and that is why all the quantitative data can be obtained using interval scale. And at the end, very important scale of measurement, as I told you, is ratio scale, because it is of the form P by Q, and all the available mathematical basic operations can be used and performed. Further mathematical treatment can also be done using this data, and that is why this and that is why any data measured on ratio scale can be assigned to the quantitative data, and analysis with the quantitative data becomes easy and important, and that is why an understanding of levels of scales of measurement seems to be very important before embarking on what is quantitative data and qualitative data. Friends, now after having looked at what is ordinal, what is nominal, what is interval, and what is ratio scale of measurements with the examples. For example for ratio scale can be anything. Examples for ratio scale can be length, width, number of liters. Example can be length, width, height, say weight, liters, etc. Because they are measurable in some metric units, and that is why they are called ratio scales, because the definition of ratio scale exactly suits to these kind of measurements, wherein mathematical operations can be done. So, therefore, friends, after having looked at the meanings and the definition of all the scales, the concept on which these scales are developed, now let us look at the exact differences between qualitative data and quantitative data. Say quantitative data, quantitative, and this side qualitative. Qualitative. Friends, this quantitative data, it is measured on interval scale, interval and ratio scale, measured on interval and ratio scales, whereas here measured on qualitative, all qualitative data measured on nominal and ordinal scale. And next significant difference between these is true zero is available. True zero is not available, true zero is not, zero has no value, zero has no meaning. True zero is not available, that is, zero has no meaning, Then third important property one can distinguish is mathematical operations can be performed. Here mathematical operations cannot be performed. Then fourth point which can help us to distinguish between quantitative and qualitative is measurable in some units. Measurable in some metric units of the system. Here only identifiable but not measurable, And friends, another property that one can use to distinguish between quantitative and qualitative is that there are n number of tools are available for analysis. N number of tools are available, quantitative tools or statistical tools are available for analyzing quantitative data, whereas very few number of tools are available for analyzing data related to data of qualitative nature. So, therefore, these are very important characteristics that one can use to distinguish between quantitative and qualitative data. So, at the end let me tell you that qualitative data are measured on only nominal and ordinal scale, whereas quantitative data are measured on interval and ratio scale, and true zero is available for quantitative data. There is no true zero, or there is no meaning to zero in case of qualitative data, and other points meant for distinguishing qualitative and quantitative data I have given in the table. With this information on qualitative data and quantitative data, in fact it is very important to understand what is quantitative, what is qualitative, and as I told you, what is more important before understanding qualitative and quantitative is on which scale of measurement they are measured. So, therefore, I have given you the detailed information on scales of measurement, basically 4 scales of measurement: nominal, identifiable; ordinal, again identifiable with different grades; and interval, true exact differences or additions can be identified; and ratio scale, all mathematical operations can be performed and exact differences or additions can be obtained in case of quantitative data. With this piece of information on understanding of quantitative and qualitative data, I once again would like to thank all of you for having given me an opportunity to spare some time and work for KCET students. Especially I take this opportunity to thank Professor Onkar Kakade, Chairman, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, for participation in the lecture series meant for KCET candidates. Thank you very much.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ನೀಡಿದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ SB ಮಾಡಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.